called evil religion. Now, maybe some people will say, okay, what make you, say such a thing? Like, do you have a proof? Do you have, I say it always in a very easy way. God,
yeah. What?
Okay.
No, go ahead. Finish up.
Yeah, God is love, and any religion, any faith, love is not the most important thing of it. This is not from God. This is satanic. And in Islam, there is no such a thing. It's called love. It's about hate, hate, hate. You hate for the sake of Allah. You kill for the sake of Allah. You fight for the sake of Allah. And you have to hate for the sake of Allah. It's not a choice even.
Okay, and when you finally realized that, what were some of the things that you came across that really put forth that this can't be from God, that this can't be what it is? I mean, what are some things you actually came across within the Quran itself and within some of the areas of the religion? What really brought that out?
In the beginning, you need to know that Islam is established for one reason. It's just to conquer Christianity. There's no other reason for Islam to exist except fighting the Christian faith. There is no Islam. There is no religion. All of it is built for one reason: to conquer Christianity. This is the establishment of Satan. Now, from the beginning, when you read about someone, his name is the Messiah. You read about someone, his name is the Messiah, and he is extremely great and wonderful, and his perfect. Even in the Quran, he is unique in everything. In the Quran, in the book of Islam, the Messiah is the only one. He have no sin. He is the only one who can create from the mud birds. He is the one who can raise people from death. He is the one who can tell you what you have in your house, what is your secret. He is the only one. He is until now still alive, and he is the only one. He is the son of a virgin, and he is the only one is the word of God. And after all of this, a Muslim will say to me, he is just a prophet. So
and that makes me ask this question, because I have that concern, because you're right, in the Quran itself, it confirms the virgin birth, that he had no father, yet when Christ talks about being the Son of God, they deny and say God has no son. But yet, if God himself is the one who brought forth Christ without the father, then who is the only father, and how can he be a son, which is confirmed in the Old Testament, it's confirmed in the New, that God is the unique, only begotten Son of God. And even in the own Quran, it states that he was begotten without a human father. Is that correct?
Right, but there's something funny in the Quran. This is why I consider the Quran is the book of jokes. When supposedly Muhammad and his God is answering people who believe that the Messiah is the Son of God, he said, how I'm going to have a son when I never have a girlfriend? Okay, when you read this, and if you want, you can take reference, you can go to Surah Al-An'am, which chapter number 6, verse 101, or you can go to chapter 72, verse number 3, which al-jinn, which means genie. It says in there, how the God of Islam, the Lord of the sky and the earth, he is going to have a son when he never have a consort or never have a girlfriend. Now, this is telling you that the one who is making up the Quran is just a person. He is living in the cave time, and he have no idea what Christianity is about. You just mentioned that the Quran is saying that Mary is virgin.
Right.
So how you answer the Christians saying to them that how I'm going to have a son if I have never have a girlfriend? In this verse in here, he's talking about boyfriend and girlfriend, which means he's talking about a man and a woman having sex. But you are telling us that Mary, she got Jesus because she is virgin, not because she's having sex with somebody. So the answer is telling me a contradiction in the Quran. Number one, none of the Christians believe that Jesus is a son of Mary because she has sex with somebody. Number two, the Muslims even, in their Quran, they believe in that. So the answer showing a very huge contradiction and something silly and stupid, because who is the one who would believe that God having sex with somebody? Do God need to have sex to have son?
Right.
So
right.
God
Exactly.
Islam, he is comparing himself for our life as a human, as if he is just a human like us, and he is having a girlfriend.
And you have and that's one of the things. I had one person mention that Jesus came just as Adam, but the problem is Adam came from the dust of the ground without a mother or a father, created directly by God from the earth, when Christ actually had a birth and predicted in the Old and New Testament that he came into the world through Mary. Therefore, God being the Father, which makes him the only unique begotten Son of God, which the Quran attests to, as well as him being the Messiah. The Quran tells you he is the Messiah, yet that's a Jewish understanding of the Messiah, which is foretold in the Psalms book chapter 2, of the Messiah being the Son, that God says, today I have begotten you, will be my Son. Therefore, it's funny because you brought that out. It's a major contradiction because on one hand, the Quran teaches that he is the Messiah and that he was born of a virgin without a father, making God his own father, yet they don't say God does not have a son, and yet they go on from there. I mean, what else do you see?
Yeah, and there is something here very important. If you go to chapter 4, verse 171, which is the women chapter in the Quran, it says clearly that Allah, he sent the Messiah, and he is his word, throw it to Mary. Now, or he sent it down to Mary. Now, when you say to me the Messiah is the word of God and his name is the Messiah before he became a human, now, I want you to concentrate with me in here.
Right.
When the Quran says his name is the Messiah, he's talking to Mary. He say, I'm giving you a son. His name is the Messiah, okay, and he is the word of God. So this means that Messiah is coming from above, because as the Quran is saying, he is the word of God, he sent it down to Mary, which means the Messiah, he was above, not from the earth. Adam from the sand, which means he's from the earth. Number two, if you say to me that the Messiah is the word of God, it means the word of God equal to God. Like if we go to